Welcome to another edition of Zoo Tours, where I bring you closer to the zoos that are out of your reach. As I said back in Chicago, a new zoo will be featured on this week's episode. This time around, in Kentucky's only major zoo. Normally, I would start off in order of what you would see first on a real visit, but I'm going to start off with something small, and it's even on the opposite side of the zoo. This is one of the zoo's two sub-attractions. There isn't much information about this area, but what I do know is that it's located within the old-fashioned style South America and New World area. When I say this attraction is small, I mean it's really small. It comes out to be 16,000 square feet and consists of only 3 habitats. And like you see here, the whole exhibit can be seen within a single view. So without even having to give you a breakdown, I give you the Cats of the Americas at the Louisville Zoo. We begin with a meshed habitat that once contained an ocelot, but as of now you'd run into a surprisingly active Canada lynx, one of 4 species of the lynx. This is a medium-sized cat characterized by long ear tufts, extended facial ruff, and a bob tail. The Canada lynx can be found in Alaska, throughout all of Canada, and the northwestern United States, along with the Colorado Rockies where they were reintroduced. According to a social media post from the zoo, even though I only saw one cat, this displays sisters Sage and Matilda, who made their debut in Cats of the Americas in February of 2016. Immediately across from the sisters is the largest exhibit of the attraction, and it may come as a surprise to some for a couple of reasons. 1, the exhibit is open-topped, and 2, it doesn't even display a cat, but rather more specifically, America's symbol. So why are there bald eagles in an open-topped habitat? These birds are on loan from the federal government. Their male was shot illegally and lost the ability of flight, and he's been cared for at the zoo since 1985. The female, the larger of the two, struck a tree in flight in western Tennessee, and was also rendered flightless and came to the zoo in 2013. According to a sign by their exhibit, her accident is actually the leading cause of death for bald eagles. Poisoning by humans comes next, and gunshots come third. Fortunately, there are places like this that give them a second chance. At the end of the boardwalk is the third and final exhibit. Another enclosed mesh display that once contained a jaguar that can now be found down the path, but here you'd find newer resident, a young puma from the Central Florida Zoo. This is Becca. Her and her sibling were somehow separated from their mother and were both found malnourished and underweight. Her sibling unfortunately did not make it. Becca, however, was rescued by the Washington State Wildlife Commission and made her debut at the Louisville Zoo in January of 2016. And Cats of the Americas ends with her. Next time we're back in Louisville, we'll be heading over to the right side of the zoo to one of their 3 award-winning exhibits. But next week, as per request, and because I live 2 hours from the place, another new zoo will be covered on this channel. And it's an absolute treat to visit. In fact, I argue it to be the country's greatest zoo. So here's a preview of next week's episode.